What's up, guys? Here we are, barely recovered from the death of our beloved Betty White. But here we are. Now we have to deal with another celebrity death. The celebrities have been dropping like flies this month, and it's only January. It's only January. Too many people have died. I don't like it. I don't like when celebrities die. Louie Anderson, beloved comic and Baskets star, dead at 68. How many of you were Baskets fans in the chat? Just just press B if you were a basket fan. This is from coming out of CNN. Louie Anderson, Emmy winner, whose career spanned from stand-up and game show host to starring roles in TV and film, died Friday in Las Vegas from complications related to cancer. His publicist Glenn Schwartz confirmed to CNN. Hey, if you're gonna die anywhere, Vegas sounds like a pretty nice spot. You know what I mean? I wonder if he realized his cancer was so bad. He's like, yeah, let me go to Vegas. Let me get some strippers. Let me gamble. Let me go out with a bang. You know what I mean? Let me go out on a high note. He was only 68. That's pretty young. I think that's too young to die. On Thursday, his friend and fellow comedian Pauly Shore tweeted that he had said his goodbyes to Anderson and asked for prayers for the ill star. Here's Pauly Shore's tweet. Attention comedians. Wow, I missed this. I think I follow Pauly Shore. Attention comedians and Comedy Store alumni. I say this with a heavy heart. I just left the hospital in Las Vegas where Louie Anderson, his sisters, and close friend were kind enough to let me say my goodbyes. He's still with us, but keep him in your prayers. Oh, God. Okay, so this was on the 20th. What date was the 20th? This was yesterday. So yesterday, wow, he was already going south. So he was going south on Thursday. Very, very sad. All right, so maybe he wasn't in a hotel room or he wasn't gambling. He was in a hospital. I'm glad people had time to go see him, though. Born one of 11 children in St. Paul, Minnesota, Anderson was a counselor for troubled children when he won the first place trophy at the 1981 Midwest Comedy Competition. Aw, that's sweet. The host of the competition, legendary comedian Henry Youngman, was so impressed that he hired the young comic as a writer. Anderson was soon basking in his own spotlight on comedy stages all over the country. Johnny Carson invited Anderson to make his national television debut on The Tonight Show in 1984. Damn, that's I was one in 1984, and Anderson's career took off. Appearances with Jay Leno, David Letterman, The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, comic relief, as well as Showtime and HBO specials further cemented him as one of Hollywood's top comedians. But it was hosting the beloved game show Family Feud in 99 that made Anderson a household name and opened doors for him into acting. Anderson guest starred in multiple TV series, including Grace Under Fire, Touched by an Angel, and Chicago Hope, and he appeared in films like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Coming to America, and its sequel, Coming to America, opposite Eddie Murphy. Coming to America, the two came out pretty recently, didn't it? He voiced a fictitious version of his 8-year-old self in the popular 1990s animated series Life with Louie. I watched that, which ran for 3 years. He was so like recognizable and lovable. More recently, Anderson appeared on Young Sheldon and had a recurring role in the dark comedy Search Party and had joined the cast of the hit BET series 20s. Critics took notice when in 2016 Anderson was cast to co-star along Zach Galifianakis and Martha Kelly in the hit FX comedy series Baskets. Anderson played the role of Christine, the matriarch of the Baskets clan, and based the character on his mother and his 5 sisters, who he said were major presence in his life. The role won him an Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, as well as Critics' Choice Award for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. Anderson was also a best-selling author. Is there anything this guy couldn't do? His books included Dear Dad, Letters from an Adult Child, Goodbye Jumbo, Hello Cruel World, and The F Word, How to Survive Your Family. His most recent book, Hey Mom, was published in 2018 and combined a wry wit and poignant humor while sharing his journey of turning life's challenges into joy, as well as plenty of wisdom he gained from his late mother. Anderson is survived by his 2 sisters, Lisa and Shanna Anderson. Another cool thing about Louie Anderson is that when he would play gigs, like, weekend gigs, you do typical, like, 1 show Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday night, that's typically how it goes. Apparently, Louie would additionally have early matinee shows that were family friendly. So you could go and see him on a Saturday, afternoon and get a family-friendly version of his show. I think that's really sweet. I think that's really great that he would do that. It's a really great idea too, because then you don't wind up with not that people are gonna bring kids to your show, but occasionally you will get like a 14, a 15-year-old, typically in the front row. You'll be like, "Oh, hi." And then you have to be like, you have to make that choice as a comic, like, am I gonna adjust my set at all, or is this boy gonna turn into a man? No, I'm just kidding. Let's play a little bit of Louie here.
They overcompensate. Oh, come on in, Louie, and sit down here on this concrete sofa. Or the reinforced steel lawn furniture. Do what I do, head right for that wicker. People say, Louie, why do you do those fat jokes? Because if I didn't, you guys would sit out there and go, you think he knows he's that big? Like I woke up one morning, oh no.
Wow. Aw.
Baskets, family, rodeo. Yippee-yi-yo, basket family.
Wow. Definitely a trans ally when he played that role of Christine there. Louie Anderson, a friend to trans and non-trans. That's really funny. Now I really want to go back and watch Baskets. That's fun. I didn't realize that he played the role of a woman in a wig. It's always funny to see a guy in a wig. I'm sorry. But it seems that in these days, the fun has been taken out of that. Another celebrity death. This is very sad too. And I did not realize that Meatloaf was 74 years old. Meatloaf, Bat Outta Hell singer and actor, dies at 74. Born Marvin Lee Aday, he sold millions of albums, won a Grammy, and acted in films including The Rocky Horror Picture Show and Fight Club. Meatloaf's album Bat Outta Hell went on to sell at least 14 million copies in the United States and generated songs that were radio staples and barroom sing-alongs for decades. Man, this is sad. Isn't it weird that they I'm not gonna. Well, they don't look similar. They're both large men of size. I'm not gonna be sizist here. I'm not gonna body shame. They were men of size. Meatloaf, the larger-than-life rocker, whose 1977 debut, "Bat Outta Hell," a campy amalgam of hard rock and Broadway-style bombast, became one of the best-selling albums of all time. Died Thursday. He was 74. Wow, it's kind of crazy. They're both like tanking at the same time. His death was confirmed by his manager, Michael Green. Wouldn't it be funny if they had the same manager and then you'd be like, what's going on here? A cause of death was not given. Wonder if he was boosted. Meatloaf, who was born Marvin Lee Aday, took his stage name from childhood nickname in a career that few could match. He was a trained Broadway belter and a multi-platinum megastar whose hits like Bat Outta Hell and Paradise by the Dashboard Light were radio staples and barroom sing-alongs for decades. Despite his success, he earned little respect from rock critics. Nutrition-free audio lunch meat was how Rolling Stone dismissed Bat Outta Hell, which would go on to sell at least 14 million copies in the United States in the 1993 edition of its album Guidebook. See, that goes to show you the critics, the professionals don't always know what the people are going to like, what the people are going to react to. It's just good. It's a good sign that you need to just keep going and don't worry what the critics say. Still, some critics gave grudging admiration. In a 1977 review in the New York Times, John Rockwell wrote that Meatloaf had a fine, fervent, low rock tenor and enough stage presence to do without spotlights altogether. What, John Rockwell's like, yeah, like having a fat wife. You turn off the lights. It's all right. We don't need to have sex with the lights on. I don't need to see you. So that sounds like that's what he was doing for him. Just turn off those spotlights. Meatloaf also appeared in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Fight Club, and other films. His death came just a year after that of Jim Steinman, the songwriter who wrote Bat Outta Hell, a record that brought Broadway-style operatic rock to audiences at a time when, in the face of disco and punk, it couldn't have been more unfashionable. The pair met when Mr. Steinman was commissioned to co-write a musical called More Than You Deserve, which ran at the Public Theater in New York in 1973 and 1974. Meatloaf auditioned for the show and later joined the cast. Oh, look at the bell bottoms. Look at this 70s aesthetic here. Oh, yeah. Didn't we all used to have these like dry plants in the background? Like, who ever thought these were a good idea? Some people still have these, and you have the little flecks that get everywhere. You got the little dried out leaf like little nibs that get everywhere. Not worth it. Not worth it. Unless it's plastic. His girth was a frequent source of jibes from disc jockeys and magazine caption writers, though Meatloaf was in on the joke. That's what you have to do. You have to embrace the haters. Embrace your size. He was really like the first Lizzo. Describing his first meeting with Mr. Steinman to the British music magazine Mojo in 2017, Meatloaf said he auditioned with a song called I'd Love to Be As Heavy as Jesus. Mr. Steinman, impressed, told him, by the way, you're as heavy as two Jesuses. Wow, sick burn. It was kind of my humor. It was my kind of humor, Meatloaf said. Later, Mr. Steinman was trying to write a post-apocalyptical musical based on Peter Pan, but unable to secure the rights for the tale, he turned the work into Bat Out of Hell, bringing in Meatloaf to give the songs the style and energy that made them hits. Mr. Loaf, yeah, he doesn't look like the healthiest man, but that's the thing is like a lot of times our artists are not the healthiest people. A lot of time, like creatively, what makes you gives you your inspiration can also be your downfall. Like I know with a lot of comics, like you could be you could be sensitive, like you observe people, but you could be too sensitive and take too much on and take too much to heart and maybe get depressed and maybe too in your feelings. So I wonder if Louie Anderson ever dealt with any of that. I never performed with him, never met the guy. But I'd be interested to hear from comics who did work with him personally, what they thought of him. Back to Meatloaf. The album, elaborately produced Todd Rundgren, mingled hard rock power chords, 1950s-style bubblegum, and flashes of disco beats in songs that unfolded in multi-part suites. The title track stretches nearly 10 minutes. In some ways, the album resembled rock-style Broadway musicals like Hair, in which Meatloaf had performed early in his career. So he was kind of a pioneer of both embracing his larger size and music stylings as well. Its roster of backup musicians was stellar, including players from Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, like the drummer Max Weinberg. Oh, I met Max Weinberg. That's so funny. Max Weinberg was the drummer at Late Night with Conan O'Brien. I interned there in 2005 for a semester, so like almost half the year. It was a while. It was from like January to June. It was like long. It was a little bit longer. But Max Weinberg worked there, and he was such a dick. He was such an asshole. He gave off such a bad impression. He had one intern that was entirely assigned just to him, and he would just kind of boss her around, never bothered to learn her name. And me and this other fellow intern, her name was Melanie. We still talk. Shout out to Melanie if you're listening. We would joke all the time, like how demanding he was. Like, oh, Max Weinberg needs to be carried to the bathroom. Like, get his intern. It was good times. But yeah, isn't that funny? The stuff you remember about people. I'm sure there's people who have a bad impression of me. And if you do, I'm sorry. After Bat Outta Hell, Meatloaf struggled to repeat his success. He temporarily lost his singing voice. Oh, I wonder if he had nodes. He was involved in lawsuits. Follow-up albums like Dead Ringer in 81 and Midnight at the Lost and Found in 83 were flops. He later declared personal bankruptcy. The problem was with a million different forces, his manager, his lawyers, his vocal cords, his brain. Mr. Steinman told Rolling Stone in 1993 he had lost his voice, lost his house. And he's pretty much losing his mind. And I would do anything for love. I wonder if I could get copyright stricken by me singing it. But I won't do that. No, 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 I won't. His comeback came that year when he worked with Mr. Steinman on a sequel to their original hit, Bad Outta Hell 2, Back into Hell. It included the song I'd Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That. That was a #1 hit in 1994 and won the Grammy Award for Best Solo Rock Vocal Performance. Did you guys know there was a Bad Outta Hell 3? There was. It was called The Monsters Loose, released in 2006. Also included some songs by Mr. Steinman, who created a musical based out of Bad Outta Hell. Wow. Oh, it premiered in England. That's why, because I would have seen that shit. Mr. Steinman died in April 2021 at 73. Interesting. That was not too long ago. Meatloaf told Rolling Stone shortly afterward that Mr. Steinman had been the centerpiece of his life. Aw. Meatloaf ultimately released 12 studio albums. Damn, is this him? He looks bad here. Oh, I think this is him in costume. The last being Braver Than We Are in 2016. He was in a lot of films. I didn't realize this. The first was in 1975 in Rocky Horror Picture Show, in which he played Eddie, a delivery boy murdered for his brain by the cross-dressing Dr. Frankenfurter. Remember when we could just call them cross-dressers? Those were the days. Meatloaf also appeared in Wayne's World, Party Time, Excellent, in 92, Spice World in 97, wow, Fight Club in 99. So he was in a lot of cool movies. More recently, he had a role in several episodes of the TV series Ghost Wars in 2017. And oh, this is a typo. New York Times, you idiots. It says 1018 instead of 2018. Wow, why does this feel so good to get? I think I just really love shitting on the New York Times. Look at this cool jacket. What a cool dude. Could have used a little concealer, though. Marvin Lee Aday, born and raised in Dallas, son of Orvis Wellesley Aday, a former policeman, and Wilma Artie Huckel, an English teacher. Stayed at his grandmother's house a lot. He wrote to Helen back in 99, his autobiography, adding that he didn't know if those stays were because his mother was busy working or because she did not want to see his father on a bender. Oh, wow. According to his autobiography and Texas birth records, Meatloaf was born on September 27th, 1947, but news reports of his age varied over the years. Oh, wow. He had a passport, which had a birth date of 1951. He later said about the discrepancy, I just continually lie. That's really funny. It's funny to see a man lying about his age. Usually it's women. Although there was this one guy in an improv class of mine who would lie about his age. It's just it's just like not really a male trait. He changed his name to Michael from Marvin as an adult because of childhood taunts about his weight. Girl, if you're getting taunted about your weight, lose weight. What does your name? I don't know. Oh, because they called him poor fat Marvin can't wear Levi's. Doesn't even rhyme. He later cited the commercial when petitioning for the name change, which the judge granted within 30 seconds. Meatloaf wrote in his autobiography. He had health problems. Well, yeah, because he was large his whole career. He had heart surgery in 2003, collapsed on stage at Wembley Arena in London. Damn, how dramatic. Told an audience in Newcastle in England in 2007 that the concert was probably the last show I'll ever do after another health scare. His survivors include his wife, Deb, daughters, Pearl and Amanda. According to the Facebook page, they were all with him when he died. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that both Meatloaf and Louie Anderson had people around him when he died. I know there's people out there that think I was the Frankenstein monster to Jim's Dr. Frankenstein, but that's not how it all went. Meatloaf told the New York Times in 2019 when a production of Bad Outta Hell, the musical, came to New York. I never do anything the way the writer intended it, he added. Jim wrote it, but it became my song. Oh, that's nice. We're going to miss you, Meatloaf. Bye, Meatloaf. Very, very sad. I'm going to share, speaking of, this it just feels like a lot of celebrity deaths for just 1 month. So I don't know if you guys participate in a death pool. I'm gonna get to some super chats. I want to see if I missed anything. Wow, what do you guys think of this close-up camera I'm doing? From Matt Deckard, I found this in my wallet and thought of you. Have you found the super chat in your wallet? Or thank you, I guess. Thank you very much. Do you guys do a death pool? Everyone is dying. I know. I don't like it. But here's the thing is like, I don't know. As more people possibly die from something, we might see just, what they can't hide are celebrity deaths. So I think that's something to keep note of this year is how many celebrities are dying. And if it's more so than previous years, perhaps that tells you something. On to the death pool. Celebrity death pool 2022. Death waits for no one, not even beloved actors. True. Especially if they participate in experimental drug use. So anyway, here is who Ranker.com has for their 2022 death pool. And look, Sidney Poitier jumped the gun. Already died. Oh, 94. Okay. He died earlier this month. It says December, January 6th. I forget what day he died. Art Roop. Who's Art Roop? He's still alive? Mr. Roop. Give me the Roop. Give me the Roop. He's an American music industry executive. Damn, he's 102. He must be hanging on. Marsha Hunt is on the death pool. She is American film, theater, television actress, singer. All right, don't know who she is. Charlie Trippy, no idea who he is. An old football player. Henry Kissinger, yeah, he could die. That would be fine with me. I wouldn't be upset with more globalists kicking the bucket. Kissinger. Bye. Larry Storch. American voice actor. Aw, he looks nice. He looks like he was maybe in like Westerns. He has like that kind of, he has strong jaw and chin. Joyce Randolph. Don't know who she is. Actress. Honeymooners. Bob Barker. Bob Barker's still alive. I feel like he is our male Betty White. Like just beloved his whole life. Although he hasn't been in the public eye as much as Betty White was. Oh, but Bob Barker, I always loved watching him host The Price is Right. And I would always joke with my sister, like, the microphone was so small. I felt like he was either going to, like, bite it off or, like, stick it up his nose. I couldn't get over how small that microphone was. Glynis Johns. She's a Welsh stage, television, and film actress. Aw, don't you love this old style of bathing suit? I mean, this only looks good if you're kind of thin. If you're, if you're part of the body positivity movement, this won't look good on you. Leslie Phillips, English actor. He was in Harry Potter. Oh, yeah, he's old. Janice Page, Alan Greenspan. Yeah. Wow, he's old. American economist. Served as chair of the Fed. Yeah, he could go. Bye. Carol Cook, actress. Wow. A lot of these people you haven't seen, you don't see anymore. I guess because they're, fucking old. And they're he was born in Astoria. I used to live in Astoria. Great Greek food. Like, I still have been unable to find a Greek salad better than in Astoria in Queens. Tony Bennett is 95. That's going to be a sad one. He's really great. I actually really like his duos that he did with Lady Gaga. I can't remember the song, but like it actually made me like Lady Gaga more hearing her do a duet with him. Newton Minow. He is a American attorney, chair of the Federal Communications Commission. Yeah, you could die, Newton. Stop listening to our phone calls. I know. I'm jesting. Peter Angelos, American lawyer. My nose keeps running. Eva Marie Saint. Don't know who that is. Norman Lear. Oh, that's funny. Norman Lear is like, he came up when I was doing my Kathy Griffin video yesterday, and I guess Norman Lear supposedly asked Kathy for money a couple years ago or all the time. Interesting. 97, pretty old. Harvey Weinstein is in the death pool. Oh, because they think, interesting. Only 67. Well, because of the shame. He might die of shame, or he might be something might happen, an accident. Harvey Weinstein. Noam Chomsky. I hear everyone talk about him. I don't really know who he is. Philosopher. Okay. Oh, you know how I know who Noam Chomsky is? From Maggie, from Lisa Simpson. That's funny. Joe Arpaio. Okay. He was a former cop and politician. Interesting. Clu Gulager. He's 93. They couldn't get a more recent photo of him than this one. Liz Sheridan. Oh, I like her. I've seen her in a lot of movies. She's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah. Oh my God. She's been in the death pool for years now. Murder, She Wrote. Seinfeld. She was Seinfeld's mom. Oh, wow. Look at that. Let's see. Wow, we got some good ones coming up. Pat Robertson, media mogul, Gene Schultz, Elizabeth II, George Soros. I can't believe he's only 89. I feel like he's been 150 years old for years now. Yeah. Wouldn't miss this guy. Yeah. Damn. Actually, that could be interesting. It'd be interesting to see the ripple effect of his death. Because you guys know. Mark Levy, Paul Dooley. Oh, he's been in a lot of things. He's funny. Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's still alive? Damn. Isn't that crazy? He was president so long ago, from 1977 to 1981, before I was born. Still alive. I wonder what he thinks about what's going on right now. Terry Moore, Martin Walser, Lois Smith, Roman Polanski. Ooh, same thing. Besmirched Hollywood director, producer. Oh, he's French Polish, but you know, we know his stuff. Mikhail Gorbachev. Oh, stain on the head, Mikhail Gorbachev. Russian and formerly Soviet politician. Francis Shenanigan. Sternhagen. Anybody else interesting on this? Oh, Estelle Harris. Oh, wasn't she also in Seinfeld? Didn't she play Seinfeld? She played George Costanza's mom. Oh, she's hilarious. I really like her. I hope she doesn't die. Stanley Baxter, Henry Silva. Wow. Burt Bacharach. What is he? What did Burt Bacharach sing? What did he compose? Composer, songwriter, record producer. Damn, he looks. I don't know. I'm not like age shaming, but I feel like when I get old, I'm still gonna like wear makeup and try to look good. Is that shallow? I don't know. Maybe it is. He been on the death pool for a minute. Gene Shate, Pat Robertson. Oh, whoops, this went up again. Da 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 da. Let's see who else. Do you guys do a death pool? Anybody? Let me check the chat. Chuck Norris is 80 and still exercising. That's the key, boys and girls. You got to keep exercising. My dad is like 75, 76. He looks amazing. And he stays really active, and I feel like he's going to live forever. Whereas my mom, who's like sweetest lady ever, gets brain cancer and dies at 70, 71. Okay, let's see who else. Gina Briga. Pope Benedict, interesting. 92. Some have referred to him. Oh, he's a retired prelate of the Catholic Church. Is he the current pope? No, this was the good pope. I think this is not the current fake pope that people talk about. Harry Belafonte. Woo, is he cross-eyed? What's happening there? Mamie Van Doren, June Squibb. I don't recognize a lot of Bill Cosby's in the death pool. He's only 82. You put the jello in the pudding. I'm on the death pool. I can do a good Cosby, but I need like a minute. What you doing putting me on the death pool? I got to lose the jello pudding. I put the thing in the drink and it dissolved, and all the ladies that passed out, and then I did things to them. So don't put me on the death pool. I got a few more years of the bipping and the bopping to do. Dave Attenborough. Barbara Walters is 90. Nah, she's not going to die this year. She's kept out of trouble. Angela Lansbury. Murder, She Wrote. I don't want her to die. Man, my nose is running. I think it's an anxiety tick. I don't want you guys thinking I do drugs. Just good old cup of Joe for me. Rupert Murdoch, media mogul, 88 years old. Again, thought he was older. Don King, 88. Carol Barker, Gene Hackman. Who else is on the death pool? Mel Brooks. No. Giorgio Armani, designer. I remember in high school. Remember when I was like, I don't know if anybody else felt like pressure in high school to wear labels. Like I bought one Armani t-shirt. I thought it was hot shit. I went to the Roosevelt Field Mall and there was an Armani store and I bought a shirt of like a diver going into a pool because I was like, oh, that's cool. And I have an Armani shirt. Look at me. I wish I still had it. Also, there was a lot of pressure in high school to wear Abercrombie, which was like very expensive, and my parents like really wouldn't buy for me because money. Paul Sorvino, Charles Koch, Bob Newhart. Wow. Jerry Sandusky. Dan Rather, Dick Cheney. Wow. A lot of old guys possibly ready to kick the bucket. Bridget Bardot. Oh, not Bridget Bardot. I don't want her to die. She was a beaut. She was stunning. She's like a fashion and style icon, Bridget Bardot. I missed a super chat. Oh no. Oh no. I missed a super chat. Where is it? Let's find it. I will not miss a super chat. Here we go. Echoes in the film. Thank you for the super chat. I worked with Louie for a couple years. One of the nicest guys I had ever met and always treated me like a good friend. Rest in peace. Wow, that's really cool. Were you a comedian? Were you like on the back end? Were you like that's neat. Oh, thank you for sharing. You guys put Donald Trump in your death pool for this year? That's funny. And his name was Meatloaf. First name Meat, last name Loaf. I don't think Bob Saget was on anybody's death pool. Interesting, right? Is this too much of a close-up? I'm clearly in a different setting, messing with things. All right. Well, I'll keep an interesting watch. I used to be on a death pool. I wasn't on one. I had a fun death pool going, and then it gets depressing, so I didn't do it the last couple of years. But very sad about Meatloaf and Louie Anderson. Yes. Oh, I missed another super chat. Okay. I read this. Okay. Oh, from Matthew Hammond. I'm so sorry, buddy. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Coming to America was such a great movie. Louie's part was not large, but he was good in it along with Samuel L. Jackson. It makes me want to rewatch that movie for sure. Gonna miss them very much. I look like the what the hell? Chrissy looks like the granddaughter of Captain Picard. What the hell? Wow. I was about to sign off. Now I have to look this up. Captain Picard. You better be hot. Oh, he's the bald guy. Hey. Let me bring this up on the screen. Let's see if you guys agree or disagree. Do I look like related to this man? Actually, he kind of looks like my dad. Oh, weird. I wonder if he's German. I'll have to look that up later. Well, thanks, I guess. Anyway, very sad about Louie Anderson. Very sad about Meatloaf. I definitely want to listen to more Meatloaf this week. I'm a little pale. All right. Yeah, I got this big light on me. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments, do you guys do a death pool? Do you like to keep track of celebrity deaths in any way? Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time. Bye.